name's Kevin Ginty from the University of Sunderland. That's the number one. I'm here with a couple of my colleagues, Paul Cranner, who's our technical expert, who's actually written quite a lot of the system and responsible for some of the architectural aspects we'll be talking about this morning, and Mark Jackson, who's managed the development of the system for several years when it was based up in Northumbria University. So today we're going to be talking about Knowledge House, the system. I'll give you a bit of background on what it is and how it works to fill you in, and we will then be focusing on the security and data protection aspects of it, which is our primary purpose there this morning. So Knowledge House itself really was set up to manage the consultancy activities of the universities in the consortium that you can see there. Universities of the North East, Newcastle, Northumbria, Durham, Sunderland, Teesside, and the Open University work together in a group as Universities of the North East. And Knowledge House was an organisation set up as part of that. And really its purpose was to manage the external consultancy activities and provide a collaboration platform to share information, contacts, the availability of expertise, not just within the organisation, but between the different universities. So we have the facility, someone comes along with a consultancy job to say, well, we've got some expertise for that in Sunderland, we've got other expertise in Newcastle, and we can actually work together and manage the whole thing. So the purpose of the Knowledge House Information System, KISS, was to support all of that. It's a collaborative, kind of like a CRM platform in some respects, collaborating organisations, project managing collectively a range of different activities, and the KISS system is to support all of that. It handles all aspects of the project life cycle, as I mentioned, is used by all of our partner institutions for that purpose. It is bespoke to meet the needs of those specific universities. The way the system's been developed is a user-led development process, so we haven't brought something in, nor have we got one or two experts like him, for instance, to come and say, you should do it like this, and build something. We have a panel of representatives from all of the institutions who actually tell us what they want. The panel meets about monthly, and so what's in there, how it works and what it does is very much as dictated by the user partners, and so it's very much bespoke to those groups. Now, rather than do death by PowerPoint, we've got a series of little demonstrations of what we're doing, particularly on the security aspects. So we're going to be doing the demo on the screen there on the wall, as well as having this thing here. I'm going to hand you over to Paul, who's going to talk you through how a typical inquiry is handled by the system. There you go.
Right, okay. What I'm going to demonstrate first of all is what happens when a client contacts Knowledge House, and then how we record the work they'd like to do, and then how we circulate to the universities to get feedback to see whether they can do the work. So firstly, can everybody see this screen on the wall over here? The first thing that happens when someone will typically ring us up on the phone and say, we've got a project idea, can you help us? So the first thing we do is we log into the system, and we need to record details of that company. If I type my password in properly, that would be good. Right, okay, so I'm in the system. The first thing we need to do is log details of the new company. So, top left-hand corner, new organisation we're going to create. So for the purpose of this demo, I'll just log the basic details such as the name and address. So we say the company's Jisc. So I'll just log the very basic details in there. And I'll just put my email address in. other thing at the bottom here, which is called restrict marketing mail. Now this is a flag that we set. Kevin's going to talk about that one later on, so I'm going to come back to it and show you how that's used. So for now, I'll just click on the next, and then confirm those details. I'll just skip over this. You can record all kinds of things for companies, such as the VAT number, the number of employees, turnover, etc., etc. Just leave all of those blank. And then save that. Okay, so this is our new organisation. See, there's the name at the top, and we've got the address on the left-hand side as well. Now, every single record in the system has got access rights associated with it, which dictates who can see this record. So, if we have a quick look at those, there are different levels of access, such as global, and you can give access to individual users and collections of users. Now, the global access for this, I'll use this pointer, is set here. This is the global level, and access is summary only. What this means is every single user in the system can see this record with just the basic details, so literally the name and the address. They can't see any other information recorded against the company. So this allows all the users from the different sites to see the company exist in the system already. So we've got the company log now. We can now log details of the inquiry for that company. So to do that, within the company record, we're going to go to new project. And if we give it a name, there are different types of projects you can record here. I think the most common one is consultancy, but you'll see there's a few university-specific ones in there, such as graduate placements and student placement, things like that. So if I'll set it as consultancy, the primary, this is the organisation that logs the inquiry, so I'm from Knowledge House. So select Knowledge House in there. The rest of it I'll just leave, I'll skip past it. It's all the details you can record. So click on the next, please enter a valid date. That was a valid date, surely, isn't it? Having that.
Your dates in advance, so if we did it on the 24th or the 27th of November.
No, it's not happening. Alright, that's not a problem. I'll use one of the projects in the system already. That is very strange.
Live demos.
I knew it, I was cursed by doing a live demo. Always the way.
We'll get the developers sorted out.
Actually, I'm going to try IE.
I don't think I've ever done a demonstration yet live in front of people where something hasn't happened for the absolutely first time ever. You know, it's nature of the beast.
Just going to load up IE. Load the system again. Do a search for the company that I've just created. And then try again. Could be. Okay, test project. So we've got our project now. I'll go back into Google Chrome because it's got a better resolution. So there it is. Okay, so we've now got the project details logged. Now if you look at the access rights for this, the different organisations. So if we go in here, the global access, which is now here, it's got no access. So by default, every system user cannot see this project, completely invisible. However, because the universities have to respond to us, the business development teams from each of the 5 unis down here have got full access to it. Okay, so we've now logged the project. So now what we need to do is ask the users from the different sites to respond to it. So before we do that, we need to circulate it to the 5 universities. So to do that within the project, we click Circulate Project. What's going to do it again? It's going to ask me for date again. Yeah, I'm going to do that now.
It might be looking for an American date, maybe, back to front.
I'll try it. It could be.
Or that system might have a funny date if it's
Yeah.
PC.
I'll try the other way around. That might work. This list here is the business development team from the 5 universities. So what happens when you circulate to these people is they'll receive an email. So rather than give them all a spam email, I've sent them a test user called Joe Bloggs from Sunderland who's got my email address. So I'm just going to circulate it to him. No, it doesn't like that date. It's definitely Google Chrome. I'll just circulate it now.
Just finished.
Yeah. So,
And what would happen in real life, he would raise a ticket to himself and say,
Yeah.
fix that.
I'm going to report this to myself. So circulate to Joe Bloggs. Next. Okay. So that's now been circulated to me. So if I look in my email account, I should have received an email. Go into, there we go. This is the email at the top. So we've got the project title in there, when the response is required by. And so I'm now going to log into the system as Joe Bloggs, so I can post a response, which is the next step. So log out as me. Let me. Right, so I'm going to log in as Joe Bloggs from Sunderland. Again, if I get the password right. So if I go to the project, you'll actually one thing you'll see Joe Bloggs is from Sunderland, so KISS is now skinned in the Sunderland colour, so we've got the Sunderland logo and the colour schemes throughout the system. So I'm going to go to that project, which should be listed at the top because it's ordered out chronologically, and there it is. And then if we go to the responses tab, I'm going to add a response from Sunderland. So from Sunderland University, I'm going to put a positive response. Yes, we've got an academic who can do this. You can also attach documents on there, so that would typically be like the academic CV, so you can have more information on what his particular skill set. Click on Save.